Okay, once you've gotten to this point with your booklet, it's actually time to do some more cutting. So we already talked about how a whole note it takes up the whole measure. So we're not going to do any cutting on that one. But here we have half notes, and with half notes, they only take up half the measure. So sometimes you might have a half note at the beginning of the measure, you might have one at the end of the measure, but you might have some other ones in there. So we are going to cut this one time right on the middle line, just to where the top fold is. Watch me do it. From the bottom to the top, that's it. Now I can fold this up, I can fold this up, but the booklet still stays together. All right, let's take a look at our quarter notes. Now with the quarter notes, the paper is going this way. So your scissors are gonna have to cut from the top down, okay? But with quarter notes, there are 4 separate notes. We want to make them separate in our booklet. So watch how I do this. I'm going to turn this way. It's easier to cut when it's upside down. And I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3 lines here so that I end up with all of those being separated. And I'm only going to this fold right here. 1, 2, 3 cuts. And now I have individual quarter notes. Look at that. That's fun. All right, now we're actually going to do that same kind of cutting with the 1/8 notes. We're not going to cut all of them separate. We're just going to make them little pairs. So turn your book upside down again. Careful with those scissors. And then cut that same way that you did with quarter notes, just from here to that fold line. And then you have separate little 1/8 notes also. Okay. So now we're going to glue this into your book. So go ahead and open up your book. We're going to leave a little space for a title. We're going to glue the book in, and then we're also going to be putting something else in underneath. It's going to involve that little piece of paper that you set aside. So as always, I'm going to do on one side glue stick, on the other side liquid glue, and you can follow along with whichever one works for you. Okay, so you have this little piece that you saved before, and now it's time to use it. So we're going to open it up, and it still has all those fold lines on it, and we don't actually need that many of them. So we're going to cut off 2 squares, only 2. Okay, careful with those scissors. All right, so you cut that off. That piece goes right in the recycling. Okay, now pay attention. We've got to get this one right. You can see that I'm trying to line it up so that these fold lines go with these fold lines. You can see I have a fold line that ends up right at the edge here, and I have a fold line that ends up right over here. And our goal is to only put glue on this little piece right here so that it gets stuck down and the rest of it can be moved. Okay? So as always, one of me will do glue stick and one of me will do liquid glue, and you can follow along with whichever one works for you.